Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to HCS Pro Talk, your weekly Halo esports podcast. This is episode 44 for the week of October 30th, 2018. My name is Josh, aka JK Fire, and this week I'm joined by the hopped up on drugs, Will, aka I am Mr. Mayhem. Will, how are you on this beautiful, not too beautiful, but actually kind of cold outside Monday afternoon?
I'm doing good. That sounded worse than it should have. I had dental work done. They gave me some pain medicine. That's all it is. But I'm doing good.
Is that what the kids are calling it now? Dental work?
Oh, sure.
Is that what that?
Yeah. I'm doing good though. How are you?
I am swell.
Just swell?
Yeah. So yeah, fuck it, I'll just say it right now, because we usually rant a little before we get into the actual show. So that freezer that I had downstairs, remember what happened with that?
Yeah, it went out.
Yeah. It was a lot worse than initially thought.
Uh-oh.
Mold.
In the freezer?
And bad things were in that freezer. For the listeners at home, I'm not going to get into this. It was a whole thing. But just know that the power went out multiple times. The freezer, which I thought was working, turned out to not be working. I had removed all the food from it, thought that it was okay. It looked okay. Then, further on, this was during the summer.
Is it being shipped out of there then?
It will be. Like,
Soon?
I got, because I'm not going to explain it in detail, but what I will say is this. Yesterday, I got bleach, medical masks, vinegar, gloves, and a few other cleaning supplies, and I went to town on it. That's how bad that was. That is how bad it was. So, yes, I will be dismantling it. I believe I got it all taken care of, but I will be dismantling it, and then calling a recycling company to come pick it up, because I did not want to leave that in their hands with all that shit going on in there.
Sure.
But yeah, like, I have a kid on the way. You think I want that to be in the house? I had no idea. I had no fucking idea it was like that until I opened the door, and it was, nope, never again. But that's how my weekend went. Will, what do we always start the show off with? RosterMania!
If you don't know by now, we start with some RosterMania. It's where we talk about the teams we have found who have formed over the week.
You making a fucking bar graph on your thing there?
Okay, so I write down the timestamps as we go.
Yeah.
So I have to make this is what it is when we're recording timestamp, and this is what it is when it's finalized.
Got it.
Timestamp.
Okay.
So yes, there are two columns on my sheet here.
It's a bar graph. Just kidding, it's a chart.
Anyway, let's get into some teams. Coming out of Latin America, we have team Heyday X5, which is DeFizz and Vesa. This is Randy, or this I Randy, sorry, and this INALCK. What the hell? These are some gamer tags I have no idea what's going on with here. Next, off of what we determined to be Shuffle Team, is D-Box, Emerald HCG, Ventor Sif, and Javier A2000. On Team V12, we have Carp MVP, Fate Lug GB, PMAC 1B, and Turno V9. On Ostros Penalios. Oh, God.
I think it's Otros Pepinillos.
What he said. And that includes A Absolute, Carlos 0786, Insidious K, and Chris Gippa. What the hell? What the hell, guys? And there's a question mark on this. Dios de Funga? Is there a reason there's a question mark there, or is that just what their name was?
That's what their name was.
So this includes Mirax, Skyline, Styler, and Undone.
The magic of copy-paste.
Yes. All right, out of Australia, New Zealand, we have Osprey Gaming, which is IC Jim, Wheezy113, Veptify, and UG Enigma. Next, we have team HMQHHH. I have no idea what that means, but here we go. This includes Alex28, Madsy, Slays, and Haza IR. Next, we have 4 down plus fills. This includes Diadect, Inferno, Reaver, and Hee Lunar.
The magic of copy-paste.
Oh, next we have You Prestiged.
I've not.
Includes Young Wilcox, Pipperins, Jim Bob, and Clusy. Coming out of EU, we have Straight Rippin' goes international. So they're going international.
This is their roster for Atlanta.
Straight Rippin' picked up an EU team.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. This is their Atlanta roster.
So that's going to be Respectful, Mose, Kimbo, and Snipe Drone. Next, we have Team Panda Express, which is Riots, Lenny, Cristola, and SLG.
Yep, that's their name of their team. That is
Next,
the name
we
of their
have Team Needs Money for Hose, which is Alpha 5, RB4G, Speed, and Shabby Dagger.
I mean, at least they're blunt with it, right?
I guess
they need the money for the hose, man.
Oh, boy. Next, we have Tyrant 2K, which is Gawky Marmot 2696. Shadow X Axe, Scorpio MLG, and Dukes 2. And finally, out of EU, we have XGS, which is Crimson Evil. What is that? Jizzo Ashology?
That's just Soji. That's a name right there, man.
Sedusus and Mike? It's M-A-I-K, but Mike?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And out of North America, here we go. Is it the return of Optic Gaming?
Is it, Will?
So, looks like it's possible they might be picking up Flame, Sword, and Roy.
So this is for the Halo 3 2v2 Showdown!
Yes. So tweet from Optic Flame Sword. Here we go. Quote, "First of all, I appreciate all the birthday wishes rolling in. Means a lot. And thank you. If there's one thing I could ask for today, would be for y'all to give at the Roy Borg a warm welcome. Excited to be teaming with him or with the best shot in the game. Hashtag Optic Halo. Hashtag DreamHack Atlanta. Hashtag Green Wall." So there you go. It's potential.
Well, I mean, so that is a confirmed roster for that tournament at Atlanta. But the fact that he is associated with Optic Gaming, it's like, is this like a faux Optic Gaming roster for Atlanta? You know what I mean? But yeah, that's that.
All right. Next, we have Team Dark Triggers, which includes Divine Damsel, Eli, Elite, Manny, and Case. And then we have another confirmed team without an org. Thanks for the all capital sentence there, Josh, to let me know. And this is Eli, Case, Manny, and Musa.
Eli Elite?
Eli Elite.
It's the same fucking roster as Dark Triggers, but Musa's there.
I see that now.
So you see where Musa landed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, for the listeners at home that don't know, like, we have the show notes in front of us, okay? Therefore, Will literally read verbatim what I have as the team name that's listed and then the members of that roster. Therefore, to differentiate a team name from a non-team name, I put it in all caps and I say, Will, this is not a team name. This is this instead. And then he'll look... The best part is that I try to make it so he doesn't read through the RosterMania notes before he reads them on the air, because it's funnier that way to hear you stumble across the names. So when he gets to that name, he'll start reading it like it's an actual team name and then be like, oh, that's right, it's not. That's just the explanation behind it. It's great. I love it. I love it so much.
The funny thing is a lot of the other team names are in all caps.
Yeah, I know.
It all looks the same to me.
Well, fuck. Do you want me to bold it next time?
I get. Let's just keep it.
I'll put like stars and shit in there just to really differentiate it.
It's gonna start to get eccentric with like GIFs and stuff on the side, and just like This is not.
Luckily, you get to add like comments and stuff on Google Docs, so it might work out.
There we go. Well, that's it. That's what we got for RosterMania this week.
Will, it's time for the newest segment of the show. It's COD and Other Games Watch. But guess what? We have nothing to report, so that does it for COD and Other Games Watch.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep, that's it.
We had no confirmed moves that we saw this week.
At this point in time, we do not.
Yeah.
But you know what, Will? That means it's time for Will's Adventures Within the Haloverse.
I played one game all week. It's Black Ops Blackout. That's all I've been playing.
I thought you were about to say I played one game of Halo the whole week. But nope, none of that.
Nah.
What was, gotten any more first place finishes?
I think we got I played with my friend Joey, and we got a duos win. But other than that, no, we just won. Well, the week. It's pretty sad.
It's okay. I played the one blackout match, period.
Yeah. I'm doing better solo.
Good.
But on duos, it's rough, man. It's rough.
You played your first hockey game yesterday.
Yeah.
But what I mean yesterday is we record this show on Monday. He had his hockey game on Sunday. How did that go?
We lost 1-5.
Did you score the goal?
No, but I was on the ice for it. Got an assist.
All right, an assist is assist.
Yeah.
You did your part.
Yeah. Yeah. We need.
You don't sound too happy.
We need to work on a lot of things.
But hey, at least it's the beginning of the season.
Yeah, we play the same guys we played last night. We played 2 other times this year.
So then you can just fucking bring the can of whoop ass to him next time.
That's the plan.
Yeah,
that's the plan.
You're gonna win this coming Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes, you will.
We will see about that.
No, you will. Mark my goddamn words. You're gonna win this next game.
Okay.
And then, what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I just thought I'd loop this in here too. Did you happen to catch up on the Vikings game at all?
Yes, I did see the final score.
Well, we lost.
Yeah, we did.
Yep.
From what I heard, a couple things happened at the end of the second quarter, which turned the tide, turned momentum.
Yep.
And that was it.
Well, Drew Brees threw his first interception of the season.
Yeah, to Harrison Smith.
Yep. And then Adam Thielen
fumbled
the ball. And then it was completely 180 change at that point. Like, we thought we had them kind of on the ropes, per se. Like, you could tell that they just weren't playing at their full potential. I'm talking about the Saints. Mm-hmm. But as soon as Thielen fumbled the ball, they're like, time to turn it up a couple notches here. And then Griffin, his return to the field, Everson Griffin, and he didn't do that great. He didn't do that bad either. So hopefully he's better next week. But yeah, just wanted to bring the Vikings game into talk. And then also one other sports related thing. The Boston Red Sox won the World Series.
That's quick.
It was very quick. It was either 5-1 or 5-2. Yeah, they fucking steamrolled them. I think it was 5-1. They steamrolled the Dodgers.
It would be 4 because it's a 7-game series. 4. It takes 4 to win.
I thought it was. Hold on a motherfucking second, because I'm gonna look it up. I swear to God, I looked it up this morning. I thought it was 5-1.
The score might have been 5-1, but I'm saying like
World.
Did they win in
Series.
4 games or did they win in like?
I'm gonna check. Oh yeah, you're right. I am so fucking sorry. I just don't know about baseball. I thought I included in the show. Throw baseball fans a little ball. You know what I mean? No fucking pun intended there. Seriously, no pun intended there. But yeah, Red Sox won 4-1 overall. Won the game 5-1. I apologize. Thank you, Will.
You're welcome.
I need to learn more about baseball. I just know the Twins aren't great, so that's basically all it's about.
Sure,
but good for Boston. Congratulations, guys. Any other stuff you've been playing at all? Just been Blackout?
Just been Blackout, really.
Guess what I've been playing, Will?
Oh, I see you put a list of games here.
I did. I'm going to quickly run through a few of them, but then Red Dead Redemption is going to be the big one. So first and foremost, Forza Horizon 4, been playing more of it, got all the bonus boards, driven on all the roads, got all the beauty spots, and I have all but one barn find left, but you need to spend 10 million credits on a castle in order to get that last barn find. So, fucking that'll take a while. Played some multiplayer in Black Ops 4. Good shit, like usual. Red Dead Redemption 2, Will. Not going to talk a lot about it. I'm just going to say one quick thing. The game is slow. Like, if you haven't gotten Red Dead Redemption 2, you're thinking about getting Red Dead Redemption 2. It's slow as fuck. Like, it's deliberately, mechanically, creatively slow. Okay? It's what the developers wanted. You need to go into it with that mindset. It's absolutely stunning. It makes my PlayStation 4 sound like a jet engine. And I mean more than before. So like the on-running joke with my PlayStation 4 is that when I play Rocket League, my system the whole time. Guess what?
Same thing with Red Dead.
It's worse. Like I'll have my headphones on. My closed back headphones on, okay? And I still fucking hear that thing. It's crazy. So I'm thinking about taking it apart and cleaning it out, but...
It's past its warranty, right? So that wouldn't matter.
Yeah. And I already did take it apart once.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
it could be dust built up in there, making it ramp up.
Could be.
You got it on PS4, though.
I did.
Why not Xbox?
I'm going to sound like such an asshole by saying this. Graphics.
Really?
Yep.
You think it's better on the PS4?
It is. It runs at native 1080p on the standard PlayStation 4, which is what I have because I don't have it hooked up to like a 4K monitor or anything. It's to my 1080p monitor. So yeah, PlayStation runs at native 1080p 30, but it dips below 30 every now and again, as it does on every other console. The Xbox One is below 900p.
Oh.
Yeah. Now okay. Resolution snobs out there, just giving you guys a heads up. Yes, I know it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. But I had a $50 credit on PSN to just blow on whatever I wanted. I know people that got Spider-Man enjoy it, but I wanted a little bit more for my money, I guess you could say, even though Spider-Man is apparently an incredible game, and I don't doubt it. But, yeah, I'm like, fuck it, why not? I'll get Red Dead. So that's what I did. Got on PlayStation. And then I know I talk about how much I fucking bitch about that controller. For, like, single-player games, I really don't give a shit. It's what it is. I deal. But the main point I want to talk about with Red Dead Redemption 2 is the horse riding. Okay? Maddie Rums, shout out to you on the Discord. You had commented how, like, literally, right before we started recording this episode, your horse died. So, rest in peace, your horse. But you were talking about how there was a lot of horse riding. Well, guess what? I still fucking hate the horse riding. Still do. I don't know what in my fucking thought process thought that, oh, it might be better. It might be different this time around. Fuck no. It's still trash. And the worst part is, it's like they knew. It's like Rockstar knew. Now, Rockstar, I'm not fucking shitting on you, okay? You guys make incredible games. I get it. But I swear to God, you must have had a thought, like a little light bulb turn on, when it's like, there's going to be a lot of horse riding in this game. Horse riding's pretty boring, right? Let's make it so you hold down a button, the camera enters a cinematic mode, and all you have to do is hold down the go button. And the horse will follow the road with cinematic cameras, like panning and zooming and all this shit while you go to your destination. It's like they knew it was fucking boring as all hell. So, yeah, I don't like the horse riding in Red Dead Redemption 2 at all. Everything else is pretty good so far. Story's pretty good. Gunplay's good. And, yeah. Like I said, the game looks incredible. Absolutely incredible. If you're playing on a PS4 Pro or an Xbox One X, frankly, I envy you. And apparently the Xbox One X version runs at native 4K.
Wow.
Yeah, not like the checkerboarding with the Pro. And I'm not shitting on the Pro. Apparently that looks incredible too. It looks great. But yeah, I'm excited to play more of it. We'll see what happens. That's all I got. Will. It's time for some news. First and foremost, Halo 5's third birthday was on October 25th. And I quote, 3 years ago this weekend, Halo 5 Guardians released worldwide. To celebrate, we've turned on double XP for every playlist and we'll be giving away a free greatest hits customization rec pack to everyone who logs in this weekend. So thank you so much for joining us on this journey. Guess what? You won't get that rec pack anymore as of the recording of this show. So if you played it after the recording of this show or like, yeah, you won't get that pack anymore. Sorry. So hopefully you played Halo 5 over the weekend and you got your rec pack. And I don't know if double XP is still going on. But that's still pretty cool. Hopefully those people who are still fucking struggling to get 152. Because it takes forever. Hopefully it helped them out a little bit. That was some XP boosts. Good shit. Next up, the Halo community update for October 25th, posted by GrimBrother1 over on HaloWaypoint.com, was posted. Just a few quick things to hit on. First and foremost, playlist power-up. Griffball, Big Team Super Fiesta, and Warzone Turbo are currently within Halo 5, which means Big Team Super Fiesta is lasting a little bit longer than usual. And then the Greatest Hits Vehicle Pack is back. The Greatest Hits Vehicle Pack is back. Available again for a limited time in the in-game rec store. The pack unlocks 2 certifications and a dozen single-use recs from the most popular vehicles of ultra-rare or better rarity for Warzone. Go get it if you want to. Next, we have some avatar accoutrement. Earlier this month, Xbox Live unleashed their awesome new next-gen avatars, letting members create a cool little digital doppelganger as unique as they are themselves. And of course, we didn't want Halo to be left out of the party. Check out the cool new Master Chief and Atriox costumes now available. And finally, it's not just for Tuesdays. In case you missed it, our friends at Taco Bell, Will and I love Taco Bell, recently focused on their favorite video game to help promote a sweepstakes they've got going on at the moment that lets folks enter for a chance to win an exclusive platinum Xbox One X that literally plays the Taco Bell gong sound when you turn it on. I've seen it. It's pretty amazing. Also, so is the commercial, so check it out. Now, Will and I have personally not seen the console, but that Taco Bell sounds pretty fucking cool.
That would be awesome.
Hell yeah.
Dun.
Yep. How about some new features coming to MCC? This is over on Twitter by 343 Postums, and I quote, "Well, look at that. Looks like players won't need to use a stopwatch in MCC anymore for Halo CE. This screenshot is a work in progress of the addition of a timer and a future toggle for enemy names to appear as red or blue in Halo CE multiplayer. We'll include the tweet, obviously, along with everything else we talk about in the show notes and the Google Doc link. And you can check out that tweet along with those screenshots. Looks pretty sweet. How about some ranking updates? We did not talk about this last episode because it looked like there was more story to talk about, but we have that now. So, Josh, is it Mankey? Right? Like the Pokemon? I always got it fucking wrong. Somebody's going to correct me again. Somebody corrected me before, but either way, I apologize. And I quote from Twitter, "We've released a fix to ranks and elimination. If you previously had issues with your elimination rank, feel free to give feedback after playing the changes. In addition, we've improved ranks in doubles and Slayer. These weren't broken, but sometimes off in rare cases." And then we have the Halo Waypoint article by, again, Josh, and I quote, "The CSR ranking system, updated at the end of each match, is currently tuned to converge sharply on each player's MMR. It does this by only giving a plus or minus 15 or plus and minus 1, depending on which would keep or move CSR the closest it can to each player's MMR. I am having a difficult time talking right now, and I apologize. We aim to make a change Wednesday that looks at both how close a player is to their MMR, as well as how difficult the match itself was. It will combine both into a softer CSR update. Players will see values between negative 30 and 30 again. We evaluated the effects of this change on historical data and found that even though it doesn't necessarily take the fastest step it can towards each player's MMR, it still results in CSRs being on average just as close to MMRs as the current method, without feeling as draconian. In addition, We have fixed an issue with leavers. If a match starts 4v4, the first player to leave early will receive a penalty of -30. Any subsequent leavers will lose the same amount of CSR they would have if they had lost the match. If a match starts with less than 4v4, example 3v4, etc., no leaver at that point will get the extra -30 penalty, but only the usual loss penalty. Seems like some pretty good things all around.
Yeah.
So then he tweeted an update. We're rolling the changes back temporarily because, as many of you have noticed, they're giving out a bit too much CSR. We've identified why and know the tweak to use. Those that got inflated may float down. We aim to put the changes back in next week around Wednesday. Thanks. Therefore, this week Wednesday, therefore around Halloween. So there you go. There's some ranking updates. Next up, Will, that does it for the regular news. How about some competitive news? Well, we only got one little thingamajiggy for you. Optic J speaks about releasing the Halo team. This was posted by Maddie Rums over on Reddit, so thank you very much for that. And I quote, in an interview with Richard Lewis, Ryan Optic J Muscleman, that's how you pronounce that, right? Yeah. Was asked about why the Halo team was released, and this was his response. And I quote, the whole Halo thing was absolutely poorly executed, right? I think internally, we look in the space and said, okay, contract negotiations are coming up for this team. And we probably looked at it more as like too much into numbers, right? On one side, you have, salary requests on one side, you have, budget allocations, right? Sometimes those things just don't match up and contract negotiations are tricky. But what was lost in all of this, and this is something that I take responsibility for as well, and wish I would have mentioned, is the people aspect. It's not just about, deal economics and esports teams. These guys are a cornerstone and they're all great guys. You're absolutely right. And they served our fan base well and our fan base loved them. And I felt too that I didn't step up enough to the plate and say, hold on. We need to take a step back and we need to figure out a way to make this happen. There were many just circumstances like that where I think we could have come together more as a company and realized that the people we have here, they're instrumental to the green wall. And it's not so much about a specific business decision. I mean, it is, right? We are running a business. We also can't lose sight of the fact that the way that they grew with our fan base and with our fan base and the tempo of our company instrumentals, it was very key at the time and was not handled properly. This is from Maddie Rums. Optic J's connection wasn't great, but I did my best to comprehend what he said. You can watch the interview starting with the question was asked in the link that's provided in the post. So it's nice to get a little bit more insight as to why that roster was dropped. Because at the time, it was the world champion roster, and they were poised to do the same thing moving forward. Now, yes, that next year, Splice then won, but still, they were number 2. They're always that top 1-2 team, so I always found it awkward. I'm like, you guys have a loyal fan base, you're bringing them in money and viewership, maybe not as much as everybody was hoping for, but that's Halo, that's not them. So, yeah, it's good to have that insight. It's good that we got an explanation as to why the fuck that actually happened. But who knows, maybe it was for the better. Because now they're their own org. And they can do whatever the fuck they want now. So, we'll have to wait and see. Will, that does it for the news. Therefore, would you mind running through the Scrim results for the week?
All right. On Tuesday, October 23rd, Tox went up against Accelerate. Series score was 12-1 Tox. Looking pretty dominant there. Next, we had Renegades take on Elevate. Series score 8-3 going to Elevate. Surprise. Here are the stat lines. Renegades had 1 more kill, 26 more assists, 1 less death, 7 more power kills, 34 more precision kills, and 35 more magnum kills. Looks like games were fairly close, but Elevate was able to run away with it.
Yeah, I thought that was actually pretty crazy, considering Renegades had a better stat line throughout the entire series. But it was Elevate that were like, nah, man, fuck you. We can close out games. Here you go.
On Wednesday, October 24th, Tox went up against Renegades. 13-1 going to Tox. Oh.
They seem pretty fucking dominant.
On Thursday, October 25th, Lux Gaming went up against Accelerate. Series scored 9-6, going to Accelerate. We also had Tox take on Reciprocity. Series scored 9-6 Reciprocity. Stat line for this game, or this series, I should say. Tox had 29 more kills. Reciprocity had 13 more assists. Tox had 35 less deaths, 18 more power kills, 7 more precision kills, and 8 more magnum kills. And Josh put a note on here. Reciprocity were able to close out more games than Tox, and were able to take the Scrim series. All games were fairly close as well.
So again, another instance where Tox had basically the better stat line across the board, but it was actually Reciprocity this time around who were able to close out those games. Something we don't normally see from them. So maybe obviously it's a good change for this series, but hopefully that's a good change moving forward, because Atlanta, being the last H5 event, we'll see what happens.
All right, and then October 26th, we had Reciprocity take on Accelerate. Series score there was 8-3 going to Reciprocity. And that's all we had for Scrims.
All right. Should we talk about some tournaments?
Let's do it.
Let's do it up. First and foremost, and I confirmed this one as well, the Halo Wars Championship League Fall Invitational took place over the weekend. Okay. But there's some matches that have yet to take place. So, Will, I know we're not incredibly versed in the Halo Wars 2 space, alright? But we've been covering them for a little while now, alright? So a couple of these names are going to stick out, or at least I think they will. So let's see if we can predict. We know how great we are with predictions. Let's see if we can predict how the rest of this tournament is going to go. And we'll see how we turn out when the finals take place. So first and foremost, we have the group stages. So in Group A, RKO Star Fox, Jet Agonized Storm, and Almirante 99. Agonized Storm and Almirante advanced to the final stage from Group A. Group B consisted of Large Godzilla, EOD Spartan Seb, Rock Generation, and Admiration. Rock Generation and Admiration advanced to the final stage from Group B. Group C consisted of Mighty Hoax, Happy Joey 752471, Mike Beeston, and Scootman 2, with Mike Beeston and Scootman 2 advancing to the final stage from Group C. And finally, Group D consisted of Cars and Cameras, Metaloid Monkey, Akon Sidekick, and El Heck Zero. Akon Sidekick and El Heck Zero advance to the final stage from Group D. So here we go. We have the losers semifinals, the losers finals, and the grand finals that have yet to take place in this tournament. Okay? So, the loser semifinal match, the last one that takes place, is going to be Rock Generation versus El Heck Zero. Who do you think will move on to face Scootman 2 in the losers finals?
I'm going to go with Heck 1-0.
I am too. Do you know why?
He won a tournament, didn't he?
I believe so. And he is also the only person to take a game off of the current person waiting in the grand finals.
Almirante?
Yep. So I think that he will beat Rock Generation. We'll have to wait and see. That could be the closest one that we got. Okay? So taking El Heck Zero into consideration, we have him going up against, or him or her, I can't assume gender here because I don't know, going up against Scootman 2 in the losers finals. Who do you think takes this one? Who do you think faces Almirante in the grand finals?
Like I said, the only name I recognize is Almirante and El Heck Zero, so it's hard to go against them.
Sure.
We'll go with an upset and say Scootman 2 makes it through.
I'm going to say El Heck Zero then.
All right.
Because again, he or she's the only person to take a game off of Almirante. So yeah, I'm just going to say that El Heck Zero appears in the grand finals. And you're saying Scootman.
Yeah, I like the name.
It's a good name. I was hoping that like Mike Beeston was going to be there, but what are you going to do? All right, so then we have the grand finals. Your Scootman, my El Heck Zero going up against Almirante. Who do you think wins it?
Almirante.
I think so too, yeah.
Too powerful.
Yeah, he or she's been like incredibly dominant the whole time.
Been at the top the whole time, yeah.
Yeah.
Hard to bet against.
It is indeed. We'll include a bracket. You guys can check it out as well. And then also make sure to check out the, I believe it's the Banished, who is on the Twitch streaming it up. So go ahead and check it out when they do post those final matches. Next up, we have the UGC Halo 3 2v2 Showdown. Qualifier number 3 take place. I put number 2 in the show notes. I just copy pasted. It meant to be number 3. It's number 3. First place went to GMS 2S, consisting of the qualifier number 1 winners, Gabriel and Fantasy. Second place went to Self-Proclaimed, consisting of the second place qualifier number 2 and the second place qualifier number 1 team, Evader and Guntype. They still have yet to make it out of that second place and get in that first place finish. But the best part is that all 3 of these qualifiers so far, I think, have been Game 5 in the finals.
So it's just a kill here or there that can turn the tide.
Yep, they're right there. They're right on the cusp. So, Self-Proclaimed, we're rooting for you guys. Hopefully you're able to pull out a win in next week's qualifier. Only a few left until we get to this HCS Atlanta. Next up, we have the AGLA, the American Griffball League of America. Still don't know why there's 2 Americas in there, but why the fuck not? Because it's America! Fuck yeah! We have some weekly results for you. Will, you want to go ahead and take Monday's games?
All right. On Monday, October 22nd, we had Bomb Squad go up against Nobility. Series score is 2-0. Bomb Squad took both games 5-3 and 5-4. We also had Bomb Squad go up against Vanguard. First game did go to Vanguard 5-2. Second game, Bomb Squad 5-1. Game 3, 5-3 Bomb Squad. Series score 2-1 going to Bomb Squad. Next, we had Orphanage of Troubled Teens going up against No Cap. Game 1 here was 5-2 going to Orphanage of Troubled Teens. Game 2 was 5-3 going to No Cap. And Game 3, Orphanage of Troubled Teens comes back and takes it 5-4, very close, for a series score of 2-1 going to Orphanage of Troubled Teens.
Very nice. Next, on Tuesday, October 23rd, we had One Hit Wonders going up against Nobility. It was a 2-0 going to One Hit Wonders. But game 1, 5-2. Game 2 was 5-4. Pretty close game. Next up was Nobility going up against Corrupt. This time, Nobility, game 1, 5-4. Pretty close. Game 2, 5-4. Corrupt. But game 3 was a 5-1 Nobility. They decided that they wanted to end that series right then and there. They take it 2-1 going to Nobility.
On Wednesday, October 24th, we had One Hit Wonders go up against Vanguard. Game 1 was 5-2 One Hit Wonders, and Game 2 was 5-2 on both of these One Hit Wonders for a series score of 2-0 going to One Hit Wonders. We then had Bomb Squad go up against Orphanage of Troubled Teens. Game 1, 5-4, Orphanage of Troubled Teens. Game 2 was 5-2 Bomb Squad. Game 3, another close one, 5-4 going to Bomb Squad for a 2-1 series score. Bomb Squad taking it home. We then had Bomb Squad go up against No Cap. Game 1, 5-4 Bomb Squad. Game 2, 5-3 Bomb Squad. 2-0 going to Bomb Squad. We then had Vanguard take on No Cap. Game 1 was a 5-3 to Vanguard. Game 2 was a 5-2 to Vanguard for a series score of 2-0, of course, going to Vanguard. And last game for Wednesday, Orphanage of Troubled Teens against Corrupt. Game 1, 5-1 Orphanage of Troubled Teens. Game 2, 5-2 Orphanage of Troubled Teens for a series score of 2-0 going to Orphanage of Troubled Teens.
On Thursday, October 25th, we had Vanguard going up against the Orphanage of Troubled Teens. Game 1 was a 5-0 going to Vanguard. Game 2, 5-1 going to Vanguard, showing true dominance. 2-0 Vanguard, but they're not done, Will. They then went up against Nobility to show how dominant they are against them too. Game 1 was 5-2 Vanguard. Game 2, 5-3 Vanguard for another series score. 2-0 going to Vanguard.
All right. And then on Friday, we had the Troubled Teens go up against Notorious. Game 1 was 5-1 to the Troubled Teens. Game 2 was 5-0 to the Troubled Teens for a series score of 2-0. And that's what we got for the American Griffball League of America.
I love that league name so fucking much. Like, holy shit. Will, while that is it for the American Griffball League of America, would you please bring us the results of our weekly 2Ks.
All right, so here we go. MLG 2Ks. The LATAM region. I think they had more teams compete this time than normal, but here we go. First place went to Berserker, $350, 2,000 pro points. Second place went to CL, $150, 1,200 pro points. Third and fourth were Heyday X5 and Shuffle Team, 800 pro points. And fifth, sixth, and seventh, we have V12, Ortos
Pepinillos.
Pepinillo, okay. And Dioses de Fuego. They also call them 600 pro points. Out of Australia and New Zealand, first place went to HMQHHH, whatever that means. $500, 2,000 pro points. Second place went to Osprey Gaming, $250, 1,200 pro points. And third, fourth, we had 4 Down plus Phils and Have You Prestige taking home 800 pro points. Out of EU, first place went to Straight Rippin', $750, 2,000 pro points. Second place was Panda Express. I can go for some Panda Express right now. Sounds really good.
Yes, it does.
They took home $250 and 1,200 pro points. And in third, fourth, Mocket and Need Money for Hose took home 800 pro points. And in fifth, sixth, we had Tyrant 2K and XGS with 600 pro points.
See, they need money for Hose. We need money for Panda Express.
Some orange chicken.
I really want Panda Express now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I shouldn't have brought it up.
Yeah, you shouldn't have. Now you're going to ruin it for me. God damn it.
All right, out of North America, first place has yet to be determined. Second, third, and fourth have yet to be determined as well. But in fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth, we have Lux Gaming Renegades, who had Hoaxer as a sub for Mickwin. Then Mentality and Dark Triggers, they all took home 600 pro points. Hopefully we don't have another, I took a break for a week, so my sub takes my spot on my roster situation.
But
here.
that's, Hoaxer's their
coach. Right?
Yeah, their coach.
Mickwin just decides to coach from now on.
Yeah,
Hoaxer
he just fucking
starts playing.
Oh my god, that'd be insane. I mean, Hoaxer's not bad, so it's clearly indicated right there.
But yeah, they have, so they're airing the finals of this one, I believe, right?
Yes, the day that this episode releases, so Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So here we go. In the semifinals, we have Reciprocity versus Elevate. With, to note, Eco is playing in place of Ace. And then Tox versus Accelerate.
With Eco on Elevate for this roster for this week, who do you think wins that matchup?
I think that's more of a 50-50 toss.
You think so?
I think Reciprocity wins, though.
I think so, too. I do. I think so, too.
I bet we're wrong, but that's what
we're
I'm
always
thinking.
wrong. Have we gotten a prediction right so far?
Yeah, like way before Splice entered.
Ah, shit.
Splice threw everything off for us.
Well, I keep trying to be like, nah, they won't win another tournament. They're not winning this one. They'll be like, fuck you, yeah, we are. And be like, oh, no, my predictions, no! It happens every fucking time.
Yeah.
Okay, so we see Reciprocity wins that matchup.
Yep, and then Tox versus Accelerate. Gotta give that one a Tox.
Yeah, obviously.
And then
that's gonna be the fucking upset. We get the one... Every time, the one where we're like, oh, this is a fucking lock. This is a lock-in. Tox versus Accelerate. Sorry, Accelerate. Tox are taking this one. Come tomorrow, Accelerate's going to be like, who the fuck are these guys? And they're going to steamroll them. They're going to win the 2K. And we're going to be like, what the fuck?
Maybe.
I don't think it's going to happen.
If this is an event, like, yeah, Tox is going to take down Accelerate.
So we're saying Tox, Reciprocity. We've seen how they've been doing in Scrims. We've seen what happens when they match up against each other in Scrims. Who do you think takes this one?
Tox. I'm gonna give it to Tox. They've had Reciprocity's number more times than not.
Time for my wrong prediction. I'm gonna say Reciprocity wins this one.
Sure.
And if it does, I'm gonna wear my jersey on the next show.
All right.
I mean, it doesn't mean anything, but we're just going to see. I'm hoping so. I'm hoping that I finally get one right. I want one right. I know it's only a 2K. We're not predicting Atlanta yet, but I hope I get this right. Actually, I can't wait till we get the confirmed rosters for the 2v2 showdown.
It's going to be awesome.
It is going to be fucking awesome.
It'd be cool to see some old names in there.
And new.
Yeah.
It's going to be good shit.
But all right, so the 2K broadcast will be live on Tuesday, October 30th. Will be casted by Bravo and Elamite, and the stream will also include HCS Atlanta pool draw. So this Tuesday, the day the episode airs, check it out.
Cool.
Josh was looking at his phone, and I stopped talking, and then he finally realized that I had stopped talking and has said, cool. And now we're moving on.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our official topic of this week's show. So, I know we talked about it. We tried to keep our discussion points to a minimum last week, even though the news was fresh and it's in everybody's minds. But I wanted to give everyone kind of a week to mull it over, to get their thoughts in line, and just let it sink in that Atlanta is the last official Halo 5 tournament and the last official Atlanta is the last official HCS tournament for what could be a very long time. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, there was an article that was released. We already read through it last week. But yeah, the topic of today's show is what are your guys' thoughts on the future of Halo esports up until Infinite's release? Because we know what's going to happen with Infinite. HCS is going to be back. It's going to be great. It's going to be woohoo. Can't wait. But as of right now, we have confirmed information. There's going to be a little bit more discussed at Atlanta that they said they're going to come out with, but for all intents and purposes, HCS is done after Atlanta until Infinite releases. So we asked you guys for your thoughts on the article, your thoughts on everything that's been going on, and I have it. I have it all right here. Dax709 states, I hope and would like to see big names in Halo get together with 343 to see what they can do to not let the HCS scene die out. We have a while before Halo 6. There's a lot of us who look forward to the competition, and we've had a steady flow of it for years now. If no one steps up and utilizes all the connections they have made over the years, it'll be a real shame for the community. I've been trying to be optimistic about it, but I keep having flashbacks of HCS pre-Halo 4 with Reach, and then even during Halo 4. Like, how odd that only a few months ago MLG joins the fray, and then to have this be the last tournament. Why not just shake things up with adding more new maps, maybe remove motion sensor and sprint? Heck, why not throw some throwback tournaments or something? But to completely say no more Halo 5 and leave it at that is odd to me. Lanky Sasquatch replies with, odd indeed. Purely speculative, but maybe there was a change in the higher-ups in charge of running this aspect of 343 that they didn't like the way it was being handled. Or resources got shifted elsewhere or to other developers under the Microsoft umbrella. They did just add a bunch of new teams. And they're shifting focus towards Infinite. It really doesn't make sense to bow out given how the esports platform is constantly growing, like Dax7 said. You'd think they'd mix things up a bit and try to keep their numbers going. It just reads as a quote-unquote out-of-our-hands decision to me, and my bet is for financial reasons. That's my 2 cents anyway. It gives me a lot of hope that they have a good, focused long-term plan in place, and everything will be back better than ever in a year or so. High-Tech Redneck replies with, I'm with Dax7. I'm trying to stay optimistic about this decision, but it does stink to know that there won't be any more tournaments until Infinite, or not official ones anyway. I can kind of see the decision to not do throwback tournaments, or at least to not pick, say, Halo 3 as the competitive title for the next season, even though I would have been down to watch current pros who may not have been around in the Halo 3 days, or were just starting to compete back then, play Halo 3 for sure. But I mean, I couldn't really see them doing a world championship on an old title, and without that huge prize pool, who knows how many pros would compete anyway when they could make the switch to Black Ops 4 where there's going to be not only a big prize pool, but also a dedicated amateur league where they can probably shine and have the opportunity to get on top teams. My biggest fear is that with all these players jumping to COD, or I've seen a couple mention Gears, that it'll be like starting from scratch when Infinite really comes out. But hey, after Black Ops 4 will be another 2 years before another Treyarch game, so if the last few non-Treyarch games have been any indication, the next 2 titles are going to suck, and people will be more than willing to come back to Halo, because surely Infinite will be out by then, lol. Atlanta will be bittersweet for sure. I love how she just fucking, like, hey, Treyarch Call of Duty games are great. Everything else fucking nope. Lanky Sasquatch states, while this choice was confusing at first and it seemed dumb, I believe they really thought their long-term strategy through and had to make the tough call to shut down their current model. Going with the quote-unquote nuclear option gives me a great deal of hope for the future of HCS, in that they seem to have finally gotten a good grasp on where they were at currently, as well as their where they needed/wanted to be with Infinite. Rather than passively letting the current state of things sputter until Infinite renews the base, they're being active, fairly direct, and seemingly willing to accept the growing pains that are about to happen. They're going to use those quote-unquote grassroots events as small test markets for what works and what doesn't within the community that is truly invested in Halo. E.g., those that haven't just moved on to the next thing, not just pros, but the community that will or won't allow grassroots events like it. But the community that will or won't follow the grassroots events like it was a huge tournament. Those grassroots events will keep the core fan base invested and will be where 343 plans their Infinite marketing rollout. Jesus Christ, I can't fucking speak today. Flights, betas, exclusive leaks, etc. Before they start up the standard mass market push. All in all, since it was a move no one expected, I believe that means that they have a very thorough long-term plan in place and know exactly how they'd like to implement it. And if they're putting this much thought into the future direction, and willing to take shit for it rather than go the easy way of continuing on and being blissfully ignorant of their current state, then I can only imagine their thought and direction for the development of Infinite itself. I'm most likely going to build myself up based on this opinion, only to be let down next year-ish, but I truly see this as a step in the right direction toward righting the ship and becoming a major player in the esports world once again. Oh, last thing I'll add to my text wall. There's been a lot of concern, and rightfully so, on here that 343 chased trends and fell short in doing so, and the plea is to make something that is their own and stand behind it. I feel this is the groundwork for doing just that. We'll see when the dust settles, but it lends to my optimism. Very good points. High-Tech Redneck responds with, the announcement about Atlanta was pretty bittersweet. I'm definitely going to miss having bigger tournaments with all the top teams to look forward to, but I can see why they made this decision. I think they would have been taking a risk with either sticking with Halo 5 for another 1 to 2 years. Some people, not me, are just really tired of Halo 5 and would probably stop watching. But I think there would be an equal risk going back to an older title for the main competitive game. I'm sure going back to Halo 3 would get a good number of viewers, especially those of us who've been around for a while, but I couldn't really see them having a world championship for a 10-plus-year-old game, and without the big prize pool and prestige that comes with that. I'm not sure how many pros would want to stick around when they could go to COD. So I think kind of leaving it up to the community to kind of come up with their own tournaments where they can play whatever title they want is a pretty good idea. I don't know how much HCS will be backing these grassroots efforts financially, but I kind of like the idea of them taking some time to save money and hopefully kick things up a notch when it comes to production and everything. I'm also hoping that that'll be a way to help up-and-comers get their names out there, have some success, and build some confidence going into Infinite. It's bittersweet for sure, but I definitely see some positives here, and I'm trying to think more on that side of things. Tad bit off topic, but I agree with Lanky Sasquatch. 343 has done several things with MCC and Halo 5 lately that give me hope for Infinite, and gives me that feeling of, okay, they really do get it. Things like the new pistol skins for getting a certain number of wins in Halo 5, and the Halo-ween infection mode in MCC that will get you a special nameplate if you participate, are just a couple that come to mind. I'm hoping those are a sign of things to come. Lanky Sasquatch says, right? The competitive scene and the investment by the regular player bases and community drive each other, and I think they've learned they can't go heavy into one and expect the other to succeed as well. They understand the balance now, and are working to get that balance back for Infinite. Paul Shee then states, I don't care how long they take with Infinite as long as they do it right. They will not make everyone happy, but they can make a great game if they put their heart into it. Don't let us down, 343. From playing Halo since 2001 and going to my first MLG event in 2004, I love this game no matter what happens. I'm going to pre-order the deluxe special, now my bank account is sad edition. I love that rendition, by the way. Wait until it comes out at Best Buy the night prior and play the shit out of it and give my feedback. One more thing I hope they do throwback tournaments for Halo CE and Halo 2. I wanted that because I'm not a fan of Halo 3, but we'll discuss that on a different day. Love you guys. Keep releasing great content. So, Will, that would be where that conversation ends. But the reason why I was looking at my phone is because, guess what, Goalie Sniper? You did get in here on time. Just in the nick of time, mind you. So let me just state this. Goalie Sniper, with what I believe to be the final comments in this discussion. Hopefully this comes in before the cut. It did. But to keep it short and sweet, sad. Because no more carving out weekends for events, but excited for the future. With Infinite having an esports team during development. But excited for the future with Infinite having an esports team during development. That, in my mind, only means big things for the future of Halo esports. Plus, we'll always have HCS Pro Talk until then. Oh, you motherfucker. And the smaller tournaments are where the community began, and will always have a place in Halo. Lanky Sasquatch is currently typing a reply to that right now, but goddamn, I'm not going to read it. So that's what we got for the community discussion, Will. I got it all in there. Goalie Sniper, I got your comment in. You're welcome, man. I'm here for you. Love you. Justin LaFleche. Will, what are your thoughts? No more Halo 5 for you.
Yeah, like everyone kind of said, it's sad that they're shutting it down. Yeah, I said it before. It makes me more optimistic that they're looking at things for the future. It's, if they're going to be putting those grassroots tournaments on stream or whatever, I'm going to try to watch them to see what they're doing, see what's going on in the HCS scene. But yeah, it's sad there's going to be no more like big events.
It is really sad. And as they were saying as well, I did enjoy marking out those days on my calendar, getting excited for the next event, and just like sitting in front of my computer screen for 3 fucking straight days.
Yeah.
Is what it felt like, and it is like it's like what High Tech Redneck was saying. It is a bittersweet moment for sure, because we know there's big stuff coming, and we know this isn't the fucking end by any means necessary. It's just a lull. That's all it is. It's the calm before the storm, one would say. And yeah, I'm very excited for the future. It's really sad that, good luck to all the professional players moving on to Call of Duty, and I really hope they're back for Halo. Even though I know that now more up and coming names are going to be able to make a name for themselves. And we'll have a new Frosty, we'll have a new Royal 2, we'll have a new Snipe Down, So that's awesome. I want more people to come into the fold. It's great. We have more people to talk about, more stories to share, more potential upsets. Like, there's going to be so much to come. It's going to be crazy. And we're going to be here for all of it. And Will, I know before we started recording this episode, I said we really don't have a topic for next week's show. I have a topic for next week's show. Do you want me to say it now, or you want me to save it till the end of the show?
We'll leave it as a little teaser. We'll say it at the end.
All right, cool. Say it at the end. Yeah. I am excited for the future, though. Infinite, like, I said it a million times before, and it's like Palshi said, we're going to play it no matter what.
Yeah.
Right? We're fans of Halo. I'm Palshi, I'm fucking 100% with you. I'm going to be buying my bank account hates me edition as well. My wife knows it. Like, she sees everything that's already up on our fucking shelves. She expects it. It's going to happen. And we just love the franchise, man. We really do. Yeah, we have our nitpicks with the fucking franchise. And our voices are heard. We know they hear it. We know they see it. We know they look at it. But yeah, I'm happy they do have an esports team working on the multiplayer for it. A lot of it's going to be a competitive sense, which is great. It helps us out. But yeah, I wish there were more. Like, I wish there was just one more season. Really? As we've stated multiple times, the game's not coming out next year. There's no way that game releases in 2019. Absolutely no way. We don't have a gameplay trailer. We have nothing. We had an engine demo. I mean, not even a demo. We had an engine trailer. Like, that's all we have right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, it'd be nice to have another season of HCS, but I think this also, you know what, looking at it in a different mindset, because you guys are all being optimistic, which is great, I should start looking at it in that sense too, where, yes, there is more than likely not going to be any more HCS official tournaments until Infinite releases. But that gives a bigger opportunity, and I think we hit on this last week, this gives a bigger opportunity for these grassroots, for these community-driven tournaments to be even bigger than they were before. And, I mean, I see Postums, shout out to you, dude, I see Postums tweeting out the Halo Wars 2 tournaments all the time. He's one of the only people I see do it. I should be better at doing that too. That's on me. But it's great to see him doing that because, yeah, it just gives another outlet for up-and-coming tournament organizers to come out of the fold and make a name for themselves too, not just the players. It's good shit. Will, is there anything else you would like to add before we move on with the show?
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of restate it here. I'm sad it's going away. It's kind of what the competitive scene is what kept me playing Halo and watching Halo. It's speculated that, Infinite's going to be the next best thing. Hopefully it will bring in a lot more people back to Halo. I think about it all the time, and it's honestly like, what are they going to do to change the game? And what are they going to do to try to make everyone happy, even though it's not going to happen?
Yeah.
I talk myself in circles all the time with this, and I get so frustrated with myself. But I think them shutting down the esports scene, that allows one less distraction for 343 while they're developing this game. So it makes me even more optimistic than, that it's going to come back better than ever, because they can focus on the development of Infinite and make it the best they can.
That's a really good point. You didn't talk yourself around in circles on that one. That was a really good point. One.
Well, I stuck to that one.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And you know what? When you were talking about that, Halo 5 is what you came in on.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, you saw Halo for, I'm not saying the first time, but like really getting into it for the first time, right?
Mm-hmm.
At its most different. Like, Halo 5 is the most different Halo's ever been. Halo Reach was the start of that, but Halo 5 is like, when you look back at it, it's exponentially different. So, yeah. We'll have to wait and see what happens. As we've said, week in, week out.
Yeah, that's where we're at this point.
HCS Pro Talk. We have to wait and see what happens. Anything else, Will?
No. Anything from you? Any last comment, last word?
I'll probably think of things later.
Yeah.
But I feel like the community got it all out there. I'm sad. That's really it. I'm sad that I won't be able to put it in my calendar for 3 days, like a big upcoming tournament.
Sure.
But you know what? Looking at it in an optimistic way as well, this just gives us more time and more opportunity to focus on these community tournaments. Find more of them. Give them the time on the show that they deserve for the work that they put in. And yeah. So, those listening to the show, I'm just gonna say this right now. Those listening to the show, if you know anybody that runs tournaments, streams them, casts them, so on and so forth, send them our way. All we really request is that there is a VOD, like a broadcast where there will be a VOD available so we can link to it, along with a bracket. Those are pretty much our like prerequisites that we need to cover it on the show. There needs to be a way to watch the tournament, and there needs to be a bracket so we can follow along. So if you guys have anyone, or you conduct them yourself, send them our way. Be more than happy to cover them. And yeah, like I said, give them the time on the show that they deserve. That's all I got. Will, should we do some shoutouts? First and foremost, shout out to everyone who participated within the community discussion. You guys are all great, and I love you. And if you're not part of the Discord, what the fuck are you doing? It's in the show notes. It's free. Get in there. It's great. Don't take my word for it. We should have like testimonials as to why people should join the Discord.
Oh no. Please no.
We'll have like a fucking like political ad.
There's been enough of those going around right now.
I know, right? But we'll have it as an intermission in the show. Be like, Goalie Sniper says this about the HCS Pro Talk Discord. Sorry, Justin, I didn't mean to like fucking throw your name out there, but you don't say bad things. So there you go. And then the last shout out. So we haven't announced it yet, but I'm shouting out Lanky Sasquatch for something we will talk about very shortly. So keep that in mind. Will, what do we got for some community creations?
If you didn't know that we're going to talk about this, because we do every week, there's Meme Monday over on Reddit for Halo.
I love your hand gesture. You're like, if you didn't already fucking know, here it is.
We also have Kosa's Halo Online Montage. We have the Our Competitive Halo official Twitter. We have This Is Our Halo Twitter, which is, I saw they're looking to promote just Halo content in general.
Yes.
Which is great.
I tweeted it out before, but if you don't know who Holmbohm is, look him up. He's been around in the scene for fucking Will's facial reaction. Holmbohm has been around for a very long time in the Halo community. He's a YouTuber. He's just an all-around content creator, and what this is an initiative to share Halo content with the world. So they have an Instagram and a Twitter. Check it out. It's fucking awesome. I'm so glad they're doing this. And yeah.
All right. We also have Scud Puddle and Senkai Slay's Dualtage. Pretty neat. Should check that out. I was kind of hoping you were going to do the how neat is that from Nietzsche Walk, but he left me hanging.
Oh my god, so Scott and Slay, if you guys don't know, they're two community members. They're great. This is their tool touch. But Will says it, and he just looks at me. He goes, "It's pretty neat." Honey's that.
Thank you. There it is.
It's pretty neat.
And then, lastly, we have Palshi's Halo 5 montage. Links will be provided in the show notes in the Google Doc. It's great.
It is great. But you know what's even greater, Will? Do you? He's gonna fucking look at me that.
I'm just waiting for your transition.
My amazingly long and elaborate transition, the transition where we're almost near the end of the show and I look at you and I'm looking for a specific response out of you, but you don't give me that response that I'm looking for. Instead, you look at me with a fucking blank ass stare. Instead, I'm just gonna ask you to plug the show.
All right, you can find us on your favorite podcast services. Just search for HCS Pro Talk. We are on iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, Stitcher, and Spotify. Others as well. Leave us a review. Let others know about the show. Let us know what you think about the show. Any feedback is greatly appreciated.
This show was fucking crazy.
You can join the community discussion on Discord, where we do have... Josh is losing his shit over here.
No reaction. I'm just gonna keep going with the fucking plugs.
Oh, man.
Discord, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Join the community discussions where we talk about all of our topics, where you can get your input into the show.
As you can see, I read it word for word.
Yes, he does. Every time. Long paragraphs of community discussion.
I love it, though. I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what you guys feel about this, because we're two guys. Like, we don't speak for everybody. We're not trying to. Like, that's the whole point of just talking about the Discord in general. It's the whole point about that. It's an outlet for you to share your thoughts on previous topics that we've talked about in the show, current topics that are coming up in other weeks, to just share life experiences, to talk about whatever the fuck you want. It's great.
All right. And then you can join our Xbox Club for our future community playdates. That's where we will be sending out invites and party invites and all that fun stuff. We do have our Spartan Company. If you are interested in that, search for HCS Pro Talk. And on social media, you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Again, just search for HCS Pro Talk on those platforms. Josh.
Yes, Will.
What do we got on the next episode?
So we have a couple things, Will. First and foremost, I shouted out Lanky Sasquatch earlier, and there's this very specific reason why. If you guys don't know, Halo-ween is taking place this week. Guess what? I fucking hate Halo-ween, but that's just because I worked at Party City for 5 years. Those who worked at Party City for an extended period of time will know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about as to why Halo-ween sucks. But that's besides the point. I'm excited this time, Will. And I'm going to tell you why. Lanky Sasquatch, I'm going to give a little short story here. I know Will wants to end this, but fuck it. We're doing it live. So, Will, you and I went to, and we reminisced about this on the show, as a matter of fact. We went to the Halo 3 midnight release in our hometown. We didn't know we were there together, but we were there.
Yep.
Lanky Sasquatch worked at the Game Crazy that we were at for that Halo 3 midnight release. Okay?
All right.
What he did, him and the other employees there had created Halo Kitty coloring sheets for the Halo 3 midnight release.
Oh yeah, they were plastered all on the wall there, weren't they?
They were.
I remember that.
So Lanky Sasquatch reached out to me on Discord and said, hey, if you have any ideas on potential things, I have an idea for what we could possibly do. And he brought that up. And I'm like, it's a fucking brilliant idea. But I really didn't know how to incorporate it into the show. And at first I told him, why don't we do it during an episode where we don't really have a topic, right? Or we don't have an interview lined up, so on and so forth. But then I just thought about it, and I reached out to him today, and Lanky, I fucking apologize because it was such short notice. With Halo-ween on Wednesday this week, why not do a Halo-ween coloring contest with this community? Therefore, the reason why I'm shouting out Lanky Sasquatch is because, A, he originally came up with this idea way the fuck back when Halo 3 was releasing. B, he's an amazing individual. And C, he's creating these sheets from scratch. So, for those listening, here's what's going to happen. On Wednesday, Halo-ween, we will put out a tweet, we'll put out a Facebook post, we'll put it in Discord, so on and so forth. A link where you can get these sheets. Okay? You will then, it might be one, it might be multiple, I don't know how many he's making. But, regardless, there will be a link to get it. You will then print out said sheet. You will then color said sheet. You can be creative with it if you want to. You can stay within the lines. It doesn't matter. Make it your own. Then, you will scan them and submit them back to us. This can be via email, hcsprotalk@gmail.com. This can be on Twitter, in a direct message or a tweet, Facebook message, YouTube message, Discord, doesn't fucking matter. You'll just send them to us any way you can. Then, Will and I will go through them, and we'll choose which our favorites are or whatnot. And then with your guys' permission, for whoever participates, with your guys' permission, we would love to plaster it on our social media. Obviously, we'd give credit where credit is due. Say who it is, who made it. But we'd love to share what your guys' creative selves, if you will, on social media. And it'd be fucking cool. And what better time to do it with Halo-ween right here? You know? And then if it does well, or we get enough reach out from it, we could do it again for other holidays or whatever the fuck. We'll just have to wait and see. But that's the first thing. The second thing, Will, this is the thing I thought about midway through the show where I thought we didn't have a topic, but guess what we do? You and I are going to sit down like we discussed earlier and talk about future plans for the show. Okay? Therefore, I'm saying it right now. The topic for next week's show is the future of HCS Pro Talk. So this is, it's not like a big deal or anything. We're not going anywhere. We already said that. But this will include our roadmap for future content. As in, we've talked about Twitch. We've talked about YouTube. So more and varied content on those platforms. The schedule for, I think it was Paulshy that asked this on Discord, but what's our plan like for splitting episodes and whatnot with interviews and all that? We'll talk about that whole idea on next week's show. And then, yeah, if there's anything else that we want to talk about, if you guys have any questions about the future of the show, let us know and we'll obviously discuss it as well. Or if you guys have any questions about the show in general, let us know. We'll answer those the best we can as well. But like we said multiple times, we're not going anywhere. We're still going to be a weekly show, same time as usual. There's still going to be plenty to talk about, even in this non-HCS season. Doesn't matter. And yeah, we hope you guys stick with us through this journey. It's going to be a great time. That's what I got, Will. Anything else you would like to add before we close this motherfucker out?
I think I'm good. As always, thanks everyone for listening and joining us on this crazy Halo journey.
The great journey indeed. That was another Halo pun. I threw it in there. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for episode 44 of HCS Pro Talk. I want to thank you very much for listening. Like Will said, we love you. We appreciate you. And join the fucking Discord. And until next week, where we talk about the future of our show, even though it's not going anywhere, but we're going to do it anyway, and the Halo-ween coloring contest. We'll see you then. But until then, bye-bye!